Hello and welcome. I am so excited to share with you how dumb I really am. No, I'm just kidding. I did want to share with you, though, this series on just some of those big knucklehead moves that I've made over my career, building companies, seeing the types of mistakes that other entrepreneurs make when they're building their companies. Hopefully it will help you as you go along your journey. These are in no particular order, and I'm not going to go through a ton of work on each one of these, but I did want to share some thoughts. So, number 10, I'm going to say is falling in love with our product or service. As entrepreneurs in general, when we're building a company, we're passionate about what we do. We fall in love. We may have a business adding new products, or we may just have that idea, hey, want to start a business. You know what? I think that's awesome. But the world of business is not necessarily measured by your passion and your love. You may fall in love with something, but there may not be a market for it. You may fall in love with something and there may not be a price point that you can be profitable selling it. So I'm just going to take you through a couple of ideas and a couple of thoughts, and hopefully it will help you. Now, you may fall in love with certain things. I can promise you that this was probably a phenomenal item when I was in my fraternity during college, but how big is the market? I'm sure the market is robust for college kids having fun, but I don't know if it's a big seller. And again, I'm not saying it's bad, but this could be something that, hey, you fall in love with, but you got to test the market. Here's another one. Hey, you want to screw with people? Create a puzzle that has 12,000 pieces and they're all the same color. You may like it, but the world may not respond. Looking for a better way to cool off your noodles or spaghetti? You may love it, but you have to do the math. You have to do the research. This just happens to be one of the products or one of the businesses that I created. It's like, hey, we're all running, working out. Let's create a way to hold our cell phone on our hands. You know what? It didn't work at this particular time. And, another product that, we tried and fell in love with. I'm big on stretching and massage. And we came up with this product. And the beautiful thing about it is it actually worked. The challenge was we were expecting and needing a $49.99 retail, and the world wanted to pay $19.99. So there's a variety of different ways to take your product to market. And I wanted to share sort of the philosophy and the step-by-step process to actually get it right. Now, even when you get it right, that does not mean you're going to have success. But here's a quick set of steps as you're going to develop your new product, your new service. If you've got a restaurant, you're developing a new meal. There is a reality. We cannot stay still as entrepreneurs. We constantly have to innovate. We constantly have to try new things. When you're staying still in business, hey, I'm satisfied with where I'm at, you're really going backwards because the world is going to pass you by. So I'm just going to share with you a quick set of steps that I've used with my businesses. I've learned over the years. Step one, ideate. You got a great idea. Awesome. Hang around with a bunch of people, maybe your friends, ask questions. You got a good idea for a new product or service, or to add a product or service. Step one, ideate, brainstorm. Step two, let's do some research, right? We got to go out and look at the marketplace. They have this thing called Google that can give you pretty much any answer in the world. But when you look at your new product, when you look at your idea, is your passion or your love for the product going to be matched by the passion out in the world? What is the size of your market? Can you do some financials? What's the competitive landscape? Does the product or idea exist? Lots of times, I would love it. I got this great idea. Oh, I can't wait. You go online, you do some research, find out it's been out there for years. People have patents on it. So you got to do a little bit of research. That's step two. Step three, prototype it. Create either a sample of your new service or your new product. Go out and test it. Get some feedback from people. Hey, do you like it? And oftentimes when you have an idea and you say, hey, what do you think of this? You could get people that say, hey, you know what? I love it. I love it. But then you go and actually make a sample, or you actually go and ask someone for money. Everybody loves your idea until they have to write a check for it. So just one thing, go out, create that prototype, get it in the hands of other people. But this is a key step. You got to come up with something. You got to be able to have something physical, or if it's a service, you want to be able to demonstrate it. So prototype. Next is, let's develop a strategic plan. I got an idea. Hey, I think I know what we can do with this. Where do we want to go with it? What's the plan? What's the marketing strategy? And again, this isn't solid. This isn't necessarily a business plan at this point, but this is just sort of strategic ideation. What is it that I want to do? How do I want to market? How do I want to sell it? What is the approach to distribution? Is it going to be online? Am I going to be selling it through resellers? You know, you never know. Is the product or service going to be exclusive to you? Do you want to take your new idea, your new product, your new service, and franchise it? A lot of things that we can do. Next, so important, we got to test it. We can fall in love with stuff, but we absolutely have to test and test and test, because we can be in love with something, but you know what? Once you take it out into the world and test it, that's when the rubber hits the road. That's when it becomes real. Next, damn, we got to launch. Can't sit on an idea forever. We got to get that out into the marketplace. If you have a product, launch. Don't sit forever. You know, everybody's got an idea, right? But it's rare as diamonds when people can take that idea, go through these processes, launch it out into the world to see what happens. Next, you're not going to find this one in entrepreneurial school, in business school. I'm just telling you, this is a big one. Pray, because here's a reality. According to Inc. magazine and Harvard Business School, about 95% of all new products fail. And that's not necessarily a great number, because guess what? When you fail with a product or service, it is expensive. It becomes expensive. So just something to think about. Do a little prayer. Hopefully that'll help your product get past the next level. And then you got to measure. Right? We have to understand the numbers. In business, we keep score with numbers. Now, there's also emotional satisfaction. There is spiritual satisfaction. You could be running a nonprofit or a charity. There could be emotional satisfaction. But in the world of business, the way that we keep score is with numbers. So whatever the analytics are associated with success, whatever you deem as success, you got to measure. And then once we go through this whole process, guess what? We get to rinse and repeat. We get to do it over and over again. You may take that same product after you've gone out into the marketplace, after you measured it, and you may tweak it, you may change it, you may try and come up with ways to make it cheaper or make the service more affordable or automate or use artificial intelligence. There are so many things that you can do once you get the product out to market, but you got to get it out to market. And I'm going to finish with this one. There is a reality to creating new products, to building a business. The greatest successes, the greatest winners have failed many, many times. Fail, get up, fail, get up. It is part of our journey as entrepreneurs. Being scared is reality. It is oftentimes challenging, but the real success in life, the real joy, the real happiness, the real passion comes when you stretch outside of your comfort zone. So I'm going to leave you with this. Fear sucks. So big knucklehead move that Mike has made over the course of the years is falling in love with a new product or service. It is great to have passion, have an idea, but you got to get it out into the world. You got to try it. You got to see if it resonates. Got to see if there's a marketing strategy, sales strategy that works. You got to look at the numbers. You got to look at the analytics. The old saying, you cannot manage what you don't measure. You got to measure stuff. So I'm going to leave you with that. Have an amazing day, and I look forward to seeing you on the next lesson.